Okay, so here it is.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining in. In this episode we're going to be continuing on working on the timing chain, taking it off, putting the new one in, and all this stuff, so stay tuned. So when I started doing this video, I realized that half of the videos I've made are gone, so I have nothing to show you how to remove the chain, but I will explain as it's very simple. So on the left side, you want to start by removing the nut that holds the tensioner. It's 19 millimeters. It's very simple. We'll take the tension off the chain. Then you want to go up to the gears and remove the bolts of the camshaft gears. This will let you remove the chain itself, and you can pull it out, and the bottom gear will come with it.
Okay, so here I have the whole table of parts, old parts, new parts, the chain, the rails, and the new stuff. And before you do, if you're going to do the same job, you would want to soak your new chain in the oil, just to be safe. I'm not really sure why, but I'm guessing it will take up a lot of oil into itself and it will work better when you're first starting the car. But here it is, and as you might see, some parts like this piece, it doesn't look too bad. I can probably reuse this. There is no visible wear on it, just some oil, not too horrible. But then if you look over here, let this thing focus. Yeah, you see that? That's not supposed to be there. It's a kind of went through the top layer of that plastic, so this piece got to go. And this part is not that expensive. Those two pieces are the most expensive ones. They cost more than the chain and the new tensioner. So this piece, I don't think it's like 70 bucks, or oh, this one is 100 bucks. But as you can see over here, it's, wait, focus, dude, focus, focus, damn it. Well, it's dirty, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm not sure if I'm going to reuse it. I'll clean it first and then I'll see better. So far, I'm thinking about replacing this, but this one, this dude I have to replace, because it has the same kind of wear that goes all through. Yeah, if you see here, that is not the way it's supposed to be, so this piece will be replaced, and this one part costs like 300, no, 270 or 250, something like that. As you can see, those pieces of plastic are already falling off of it, so this guy got to go. And then we have the lower part. I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's those three stars that are the ones that hold the chain. Those two on top. This is the intake, exhaust, and the crank one. So here we have the new stuff and some other new things. One of the things why I'm guessing it was knocking, because of this guy. This is a chain tensioner, and it's supposed to be really hard, and I can squeeze it with one hand like it's nothing. Let me show you the new one. I think this is the one. Okay. This guy is already compressed, I'm guessing. Yeah. But you won't be able to undo that. It's compressed, of course, because I need to first put it in the engine. If I will do it with that, I won't be able to compress it. So that is the new one. I remember the price for this, but not too horrible. The most things that hit my pocket was this piece and that piece. So this I know that I will replace. This is probably gonna stay, and that might stay. Alright, and here you have the engine without anything on it. I've never seen the engine like this before, especially coming from my garage. And I cleaned the tops as well, so you can see they are a lot cleaner than when I first started. Yep. The only thing left is to scrape up the excess from the gaskets over here and over there and anywhere in between. And they are a pain to remove. So get yourself some kind of a scraper. I got this thing. We'll see if that's gonna work or not. I hope it will. I got it from Amazon, not I mean AutoZone. So let's open up the new stuff and see how they look compared to the old one. So here we have both items side by side. Obviously this guy is gonna stay, that guy is gonna go, and look for this one. They are totally different.
I didn't understand that.
Oh my phone. So here is the other rail, and it's also OEM. I got them from, this one came from FCP Euro. These other ones came from ECS tuning. And that's like, what's the difference? Just look at that. Obviously this guy is gonna go to trash. So now I just need to put them back in the engine. So here I finally was able to clean the gaskets of the car, of the engine block, and now I will try to put everything back together. I already have all the stuff here, as you remember, and yeah, the most responsible part of this job is to put this whole thing back together and hope it works. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is adjust this thing on the rail that's supposed to go on the right side of your engine, and first you need to turn this to relations inside, so it will be flash. Okay, with this piece, and it will come out a little bit over here. We have to adjust it so it will be the same distance as the old one, so it will not stick out or sink in. It has to be exactly aligned. Right, I'm going to make it exactly the same. So let's mount this. Now as I tighten the bottom three, this top is still loose, so we need to move this forward in order to, okay, a little bit more. Okay, now it seems to be flat. I can put the screw inside. Now we would want to put the chain in in its position. First we need to pull this guy out a little bit so we can fit.
So here I'm referring to the lower crankshaft, gear, star, whatever the name for that is. You want to pull it out a little bit, put the chain over it, and then slide the whole thing back in place.
Alright.
Over here I decided to lock the chain in its position by installing the lower chain rail. and that will prevent the chain from sliding or moving out of its place.
Now, I'd like to put those things here, and first we need to put them on the chain, and then slightly.
So here I almost made a mistake by installing the exhaust camshaft gear, but you should start from the intake camshaft gear. It will make the tension between the crankshaft and the camshaft better, and actually it's correct procedure. Also, don't forget to align the gear. It has the arrow up, and that should align with the camshaft and its top dead center position.
Okay, now we can continue on with the rails that's supposed to lead where the chain is supposed to go. I have two more to install on this side.
So I'm not sure if how much this camera recorded, because it ran out of memory and I don't have time to go over it. So here is what we have. I have already put the nuts here. I didn't tighten them, they are still loose. I aligned them. See that there is the arrow here and the arrow here. They're supposed to align, and that arrow is supposed to transfer over to the line of the camshaft. The same thing goes for the exhaust. This, I don't know how it's called. I called it a star. So all those things are here. They are not fully tight because first I need to put the tensioner here. So this lever is supposed to stretch and put the pressure on the chain, and then it's supposed to make the chain stay in place and work as it's supposed to work, not as it did before. So yeah, some of the parts I have replaced, as you can see. Some of the parts I have kept the same. So now is the time to put the tensioner, and don't forget to get the new washers and put those bad boys back together. And then after that is done, I would need to tighten these 4 bolts, and it's supposed to be all good. Right, so now I need to tighten this bolt over there. You probably cannot see it because it's farther away. Let me show you closer. So this bolt that holds the tensioner, that one's supposed to be torqued to 18 foot-pounds. So let's do that. Now the bolts on the camshaft gear is supposed to be 11 foot-pounds. So at this stage, we're done with the chain. Right now, we would need to put the covers back. But before I do that, there is this seal
That's a front crankshaft seal, and it'll be good to replace it because we're already here, and I already have the seal anyway. But I cannot remove this sucker; it's just stuck in there. So now I need to find the way how to take this out and get a new one inside. Okay, so this seal is really stuck in here. I cannot push it out. I cannot knock it out. I was trying to use the flat head screwdriver and hammering on those edges, hoping that it will slide further down. It doesn't work. It just stuck in place. So I will try to snap it and hopefully pull it towards me, and that's the way I'm going to remove it. We'll see if that shit's going to work. Finally, I was able to take it out. I don't think it's supposed to be that hard, but it's really hard. No. I don't have a press, so this is what I'm going to use.
So because I didn't have a press, I had to hammer a little bit, then squeeze it with those, whatever the thing called, I don't even know. In short, I would just suggest you to go to a mechanic who has the press, who has all the needed tools. I don't think they're gonna charge you a lot if you're going to just bring this piece and ask them to change the seal for you.
So here we have a new seal installed. You can take this thing out because we are going to be installing this right back into the engine. It will be a lot easier to have a press and actually compress it, and maybe install it right on the engine with a special tool. I don't have the tool, I don't have the compress, so this is the method I used. It's not the OEM approved method, but it's my method. So now I just need to do a final clean on all the seals and install a rubber seal over here on the top and a seal over here. It's supposed to be in contact with the engine.
So to hold the gaskets in place, I'm using the original bolts that came off the engine when I was taking the covers off. Now I'm placing them on the top, so the top of the gaskets will stay in the position they're supposed to stay. The BMW manual says that it is supposed to be a special tool, which probably costs another $100 or even more. So I'm not using the special tools, I'm just using my imagination.
And now it's time to put this massive bolt in there and so this bolt's supposed to be torqued to 244 foot-pound, and I don't have that big of a torque wrench, so I will pull this as much as I can and then put the a bar on top of it and try to tighten a little bit more. That's supposed to be enough. Now, the moment of truth. Let's see if I did everything correct or not. If I pull this pin out. If I pull it out. So because this episode has been stretched already too much, I will end this here and tune in next time, as I'm going to be testing and starting the engine, see if all my hard work paid off or not. That will be fun for sure, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, put a notification bell next to it so you'll get notified when I post the next video, and I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope this was helpful. If you found it helpful, please put a thumbs up. A lot of stuff you will find in the description below, like torque specs, tools that I used, and parts that I bought. All of that, guys, for you. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be kind, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.